Clipper Nation, it is go time. The Clippers are back in action tonight. I am Michael Matthew with my guy Beef with Full Clips Clippers Unleashed. So the Clippers, they were on a little losing streak. They bounced back. They smack up the Utah Jazz 130-110, but they got a big one tonight. They got the Memphis Grizzlies, who's been playing some really good basketball, coming off a win on TNT against the Phoenix Suns last night. What's the expectation from this game tonight from you, Beef?
Man, they got to take advantage of a team that's coming off a back-to-back.
Yeah.
A team that had to travel. You didn't have to travel, you at home, so you got to take advantage of it. Now, the Clippers do got a lot of moving pieces.
Yes.
As the things are going on, so we're going to see how this team, kind of reacts as these pieces are being added.
And that's what Coach talked about in the presser. He's saying we got some new moving pieces offensively that's going to come in and hopefully help us out. Ben Simmons, he's not going to go tonight, but he said they're hoping that he plays some all. But we got Bogey going tonight, man, which is going to help the Clippers. Give them another guy who, if you leave him open, he can knock down shots. How important is it for him to kind of fit into this offense the way that we all expect him to?
Not really fit in. He's going to be a second unit guy, but he's a scorer.
Yeah.
Something that the second unit was lacking. When they're coughing and everyone goes cold, you don't have another scorer out there on the floor. So Bogey's going to provide that, that jolt, that energy to make sure the team is winning.
And tonight you're going against the Grizzlies, who don't just have one or two, three. They have four solid big men that do many different things. The Clippers, we got Zubac, who's coming off a big game. How do you think Coach will combat this? We know he's going to go small, but what is that going to look like? Because most people are going to say, hey, they're going to get killed inside.
Yeah, definitely. So he's going to try to pull those centers out and make, put the perimeter, everyone around the perimeter so that way it creates slashing lanes and cutting lanes for all the cutters and things like that. But with Eubanks being out with the ankle injury, it's going to put a lot of stress on Zubac again.
Yeah, so the Clippers, it's their final home game until March 5th here. Then, the All-Star weekend is coming up this weekend. What are you going to look for from Kawhi Leonard? He was a guy that missed a lot of games in the season. He's getting closer to getting some time off. Do you think they're going to try to – he played 30 minutes last game. Are they going to try to ramp him up to say, hey, let's give a little push and let's see what you can do as we get to this All-Star break?
There's no more excuses with Kawhi. He just got to play.
Okay.
Kawhi has been out of sorts, kind of out of rhythm in a few games.
Yes.
The only way you get out of that is actually playing games. So Kawhi just got to ramp it up. He really doesn't have any restrictions or anything like that. He does sit out games here and there, of course, just to manage it.
Yeah.
But when he's in the game, you just got to play him as is and see what he does.
Okay. So, big one, Clippers, Memphis Grizzlies. Before we go, Beef, who is that player tonight that you expect to ball out to help the Clippers pick up a big victory tonight?
I'm going to keep my eye on Bogey just to see.
Okay,
He's going to be in
that.
a men's restriction tonight. But I just want to see the kind of flavor that Bogey adds to that second unit and necessarily how his shooting's going to look on this court.
And for me, Norman Powell, he wasn't selected in the All-Star game. He's about to show the world. He's going to continue to show I'm a 25-point scorer. I'm a guy that plays defense. I'm a guy that can get hot from three. I am going to use these opportunities to prove game after game that I belong. I should have been in the All-Star game. Norman Powell is the guy for me. So Clipper Nation, it's going to be a good one. I hope y'all are ready for this exciting game, the final home game before March 5th is the next time they're going to be back here.
Yeah.
So hopefully the Clippers can take care of business. Michael Matthew, my guy B, Full Clippers Unleashed. We see you after the game.
Let's go.
Michael Matthew here, Full Clippers Unleashed. As you can see, we are here at the Clip Shop where we are here. Tammy's inside. She's in there looking for some of that new hot gear, the Clipper City Edition 23-24 season. It's really dope. I can't wait for you guys to check it out. Let's go inside with Tammy and see what she has.
All right, Clippers fans, the 2024-25 City Edition gear has dropped for the LA Clippers. They have all kind of cool sweatsuits. I really, really like this one. It looks cozy. I love the puffy print. They've got hoodies. They've got jackets. They have jerseys. They have tote bags, hats. They have everything that you need for the 2024-2025 City Edition. Grab it before it's gone. I'm thinking about getting something myself. What do you think I would look like in this? Who knows?
Couple of games before All-Star break. are there actionable goals or things that you hope to see in the next 48 hours that would signal progress ahead of the break?
Yeah, win. Shit. That's it. Let's win.
Fair enough. A couple of days of Ben in practice with you guys. We know he's not available tonight, but what do you think he adds to the group, and what's the process been like assimilating him?
Speed and pace offensively. Another great passer because we could use his passing. And then another guy who can play point guard, play the 5, switch 1 through 5 in a small lineup. And he wants to guard the best player, on the opposing team. And so just coming in with that mindset, I think is going to be really good for us. But just seeing him yesterday in the scrimmage, just seeing his pace, his IQ, the way he can pass the basketball, it was good to see.
Hey, Tay, one at a time for you. You said recently, I think last week, about teams that pressure and how that might change the starting lineup. Memphis is one of those teams that pressures. Like, how does that affect how you want to start the game tonight?
Yeah, KD, a start.
And I think if you had Kawhi starting games on point guards.
You said what?
I feel like Kawhi has been starting games on point guards. I might be wrong on that. It just feels like
you're not right on that.
Yeah,
that's okay.
like so when it feels like he's shadowing on perimeter guys pretty often. If maybe he's just switching out on those guys at just during possessions. Like, what do you want from him when he is on smaller guys, ball handlers, guards who are running those pick and rolls and such?
Yeah, I think, getting into the basketball, using his hands and his quickness, and which allows him to get steals, and his length as well, and so he's one of the best defenders in the league. And so a lot of times they're trying to run actions to get him off the best players, so they can try to take advantage. But just him being aggressive, I think staying in front of the basketball, hitting the man before the screen hits him, so we can get our pick and roll defense good. But just like I said, it's going to be a process for him every single night, every single game to get better and trusted. And I think he's been doing a good job with that.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about the 4 bigs from Memphis. Starts with Jaren Jackson, but you have Edey, Aldama, and you have Clark. They play with a lot of physicality. I was watching the game last night against Phoenix. Phoenix was small, but Taylor Jenkins still kept 2 bigs on the floor. Mm-hmm. Their versatility and what it does for them, being able to have 2 bigs on the floor at all times that complement each other, how difficult it is to match up with a team like that.
No, it's very difficult. And then when you move, like you said, Jaren Jackson and Aldama to the 4 and 5, now you got shooting. Guys can put the ball on the floor and make a play, and it puts you in some tough positions. And so they do have a great, 4 big men that can make plays, can do different things, and they all bring something different. Clark's a dynamic roller, offensive rebounder. Aldama can space the floor, make a 3, put the ball on the floor. Edey, around the basket, he's tough, offensive rebounds and putbacks. And then Jaren Jackson, who's an all-star this year, who, can put the ball on the floor, shoot threes, make plays, get to the free throw line. And so it makes it tough for you every night.
Ty, just for clarification, is Chris starting in place of Derek?
Yes, sir.
And Bogey, since he is kind of working his way back from not playing for a while, does he have a restriction tonight as far as like minutes or anything?
Yes, sir.
Okay. With Bogey and with Ben, giving the team more passing options, do you feel like this team now, as opposed to before the deadline, you can unlock more things offensively with more guys who have the ability to pass like them?
Yes, sir.
Can you expand on that by any chance?
You're on top of it today, huh? No, I mean, just like I said, Ben's pace, I think, rebounding the basketball, pushing in transition, and being a willing passer to make plays and make guys better. I think, Bogey just being able to come off screens, catch and shoot, but also being able to run pick and roll and make plays for other guys as well. So that's a good dynamic to have. Not saying the guys that, that we lost couldn't do the same thing, but I think these guys do it at a higher level. And so I'm just interested to see how it works out and how we put this thing together.
Kind of stole a little bit of mine, but with Ben, you mentioned using him a lot as a point guard, but also as, maybe 4 or 5, whatever. Just how much experimenting do you kind of envision yourself kind of going through with him specifically, given that he's so multi-talented, can do a lot of different things for you guys? Yeah,
it'd be a lot of experimenting, just kind of see what he's comfortable doing, but also what fits our team. We know at the second unit how we want to play him, but when we kind of integrate him into the first unit, playing with some of the starters sometimes, like just how we want to use them, playing him and James together, or so it's just going to be it's going to be fun, but we got to just take some time to figure everything out.
I know that he's not playing tonight, but is there a plan for him to play tomorrow? And if he does, is he going to be in a minutes restriction at all?
The plan is, hopefully he can play tomorrow. We don't know yet, but, after yesterday's practice and scrimmage, we get a better feel tomorrow. But we don't know 100%, but hopefully he'll be able to play tomorrow.
Hi, Coach. I came from Spain. You talk about Santi. He's our only Spanish now in the NBA. Do you give him credit as a solid NBA player to Santi Aldama?
I'm sorry, can you say it again?
I came from Spain, and
Yeah.
Santi Aldama is our only Spanish guy now in the NBA. Do you give him some credit as a solid NBA player?
Oh, yeah, he's a really good player. He's gotten better each year. And, Taylor Jenkins was one of my favorite coaches who does a great job. He's really developed him. And now putting the ball on the floor, his three-point shot is, 40% from three. Be able to drive to the basket, finish around the rim. He's become a really good player. And so, yeah, he's a lot of credit for me.
Coach, with you guys games away from the All-Star break, what is the biggest thing that you learned about this team so far, and what do you hope to see you guys improve?
Just improve offensively, I think, is the biggest thing. Is just understand our spacing, understand how we want to play, understand how we want to attack teams, every single night. And so with the new additions, we get a chance to kind of start over offensively and kind of, start teaching again and understanding what we're trying to do. And so for me, just offensively getting better. I think our defense has been really good this year, and now we got to take the next steps offensively, which I'm excited about. Thank you. Yeah.
Everybody ready? Come on, let's go. The Refund Show! Let's go! The Refund Show! Let's go!
Yo, what's up, Clipper Nation? You just saw the Clippers take care of business, 128-114 against the Memphis Grizzlies. I am Mike here, Matthew, with my guy, B, Full Clip Clippers Unleashed. We are here. We just saw the Clippers do what they do. It started off slow, but that second and third quarter, they did what they had to do. They smacked up the Grizzlies without Ja Morant. What stood out to you, B?
Man, it's a lot of things that stuck out to me. But I would just say the defense in response to the third quarter. The game was very close in the first and second quarter, but that third quarter, which the Clippers all season long has been responding, even though, again, multiple parts was put in the game, and they still responded.
Yeah, I really like what I saw from Kawhi Leonard, man. I think he came out very aggressive, shooting 19 shots, 9 for 19, led the team with 25 points.
Yeah.
He just showed that, hey, I want to get to where everybody believe I should be. After scoring 10 points in the last game, though it was a blowout win, he's like, I want to start to be that guy. And a performance like tonight really helps. Before the game, you talked about Bogdanovich.
Bogey.
You said he was going to be a guy that you had your eyes on.
Yeah.
He scored 7 points, but really productive minutes. He got a lot of oohs and eyes from the crowd as well.
Well, it's not. I always say this. It's always not about the stats, right? Bogey brings energy. He brings excitement. He brings that type of tenacity to the second unit, in which once everything comes into place, Bogey finna shine.
Yeah, and the Clippers showed their depth tonight. 6 players in double figures. They played their entire roster. When you get a blowout win, that's expected. But just like you said, defensively, when you think this team is too small and they're going against a team with Zach Edey and some of the bigs they got, they find a way. They win the rebound battle 46-40. Just what does that show to the Clipper fans, to the rest of the NBA, that though we can play small, we still got Ben Simmons coming, and we can attack your bigs and out-rebound them and make it tough for them inside?
That the Clippers can get it done when they put their mind to it. When the Clippers take their mind off of it, then you clearly see how it go ahead and just digress at a high rate, right? Something I do want to highlight is actually Chris Dunn, a.k.a. the Dungeon. He was hot from three. He was literally
knocking them down
100%. I guess I got to check his stats, though. But he was 4 for 4 in one part of the game, and he couldn't be stopped. So when that 3 ball is falling for not just, James Harden, Kawhi, and Norm, if it's falling for Dunn, it's going to be a long day.
And they just set the tempo defensively. Chris Dunn, Kawhi, Derrick Jones, even Zubac protecting the rim. It make them really, really tough. But don't just listen to us. We got Coach Tyronn Lue, who after the game spoke to the media, and here it is.
Hey, Coach, so your first action with Bogdanovich, what was your thoughts on his minutes tonight?
Thought he played good minutes. I think coming off the bench, and having him play in a small lineup, it really didn't help him because we didn't have a lot of structure with that. But I thought it was good, just his energy, IQ on the floor, understanding how to play the game. And so we just got to try to get him some minutes with Zoo on the floor, just kind of see how that looks. But overall, like I said, a great team effort, great team win. And, beat a good team tonight. And I thought we had the right intent the whole night on both sides of the basketball.
Ty, that was a game. Y'all had 41 points off turnovers. That's a huge number for any team, especially a team like that. How did you emphasize the possession battle before the game, and how did you just see, especially when y'all were down 12, y'all come out and just kind of put the pressure on their ball handlers like that?
Yeah, I thought early on, we started the game and, we made some shots. And then when we got the lead, just looking at it, we got some really good shots that we didn't make. And so they was able to get out in transition and they able to score. And, Bain made 3 threes, from the parking lot. They kind of got them going. But I thought we generated some good shots during that stretch. And so just telling the guys to stay with it, keep getting good shots, keep getting to the paint, making the right play. And I thought we did that. And then, coming out in the third quarter, scoring 36 in that third quarter was huge for us.
What about the pressure that y'all put on their offense specifically?
Yeah, I mean,
Over and scoring off of that?
yeah, Jaren Jackson, all-star this year, but he's tough. He catches the ball on the block. He's able to get fouled, get to his, little jump hook. And so we wanted to double team him, when he got it on the post to try to, make it hard. And we did a good job outside of one. I think Edie got a dunk or a three-point play. But other than that, just being physical. Some of our defensive principles we had to take off because of their movement and because of their shooting. But overall, I thought we did a decent job.
And Coach, that second unit, when you go small, put Kawhi at the 5, it seems like sometimes offensively you guys are stagnant. I don't see a lot of movement. What is it you guys are trying to get from that second unit when it comes to offensively when James is off the floor?
Well, KD couldn't come back in the game, so we didn't have a traditional point guard on the floor. And so it didn't look too good, but I thought defensively was pretty good. And just got to, keep learning, just, keep working on that small lineup offensively. But without a traditional point guard on the floor, it was going to be pretty hard.
Ty, just wanted to clarify, couldn't meaning he suffered something?
He'd be okay for tomorrow, but they just wanted to make sure he kind of did something, so he's okay for tomorrow, though.
Gotcha, thank you. And then as far as, what was that?
But he couldn't, they didn't want him to come back, so.
Was it a knee thing?
I can't remember.
You sure?
Yeah.
For those of us who won't see you tomorrow until after the All-Star break when you guys come back, 53 games, I think 30 wins at this point. Like, what have you made of this first, not half of the season, but this first portion, pre-All-Star portion of the season? What have you made of how you guys have just generally looked?
I think just, our fight and our intensity defensively, the first, 35 so games without Kawhi. I thought all the guys did a great job of just, coming together collectively, especially on the defensive end. And some guys had, career years so far. Norm, Zoo, James making the All-Star team again. Derek Jones Jr. having a career year. Amir. So, guys have stepped up and they played well. And so I just for our group of guys just to stay the course, when your best player is out for that extended period of time and to be able to win games and put yourself in position to be the 6th seed now and got a chance to really take off and get better. We got a lot of room for improvement, especially offensively. But to be where we're at today, just happy with the guys and happy, with our coaching staff as well because they put in a lot of work.
And just to follow, I know post All-Stars when you like to put in a lot of offense and stuff like that. Do you think that'll be maybe a little bit more difficult with 4 guys coming in and trying to put everything together like that so quickly?
Not really. We can always go early. We can, do a lot of different things to get those guys up to speed. But, I think it's good for us to start over too and just kind of, get Kawhi up to speed, what we want to run, how we want to implement him in offensively on a night-to-night basis, and just continue to keep getting better, So, like I said, tonight our intent was right, as far as getting to the paint, sharing the basketball, and sticking with what was working, And so, hats off to our guys for doing that.
Ty, you pretty much played 9 tonight in the rotation. When Ben does eventually get back, do you feel like there's room to make it 10, or do you want to stick with 9 and have him sub somebody out?
We'll see, because with the back-to-back situation, it's going to be 9 anyway, pretty much, with Kawhi and Ben not playing back-to-backs right now. So it's going to be different, every night, once that starts. But we'll see, just whatever the game calls for. Our group's about, doing the right thing and just trying to win games, and trying to get better. And that's what we're trying to do.
That was one of the things that Lawrence was mentioning when he spoke to us, that with this group, you guys feel as if you have guys that even if they don't play, they can play, but if they don't play, they're okay not playing. I mean, how you've been around this league a long time. How important is that, and how unique is that?
No, it's very important, and to have guys that are capable of playing, but understand you can't play 15 guys and understand their roles and what we need from them every single day. And it's been good. I think Patty Mills has brought a great energy. Drew's brought a great energy. Beauchamp's kind of quiet, but he's brought great energy every single day for us practicing, playing the stay ready games, and so just our energy is really good on the bench, even though guys are not playing. And so that's what you need. When you're trying to get better. You're trying to build camaraderie. Those guys are great pieces that we added.
Ty, you mentioned the third quarter earlier, coming out with the right intent and everything. You guys have been a pretty good third quarter team all season. What does that say to you that the guys are hearing the halftime message and kind of implementing what you want them to do with the right intent?
Yeah, it says a lot. Just understanding that, the game's going to be ups and downs, throughout the course of the game. Some nights you're not going to make shots. Some nights you can play great defense and not get stops. Just think about the Utah game when Clarkson came out and hit 3 straight threes to get them going. Tonight, Baines makes, 3 threes over half court, So just staying with it, not giving in when things are getting difficult. Just keep running the race. And that's what we got to focus on because there's going to be a lot of ups and downs throughout the course of games, throughout the course of the season. And we just got to stay together and just keep playing the game the right way.
Coach, you didn't have Kawhi for a large swath of the first half of the season. As you assess the team, how has the team met or exceeded your expectations?
Like I said before, they've done a great job just coming together. I think James did a great job of just leading his team, through the summertime, getting guys together, playing softball, going on trips, doing what they do. And then the start of training camp, just all the running we did and all the, different conditioning drills we did. He was really, really engaged and really involved. And so just how he's led this team, the whole time while Kawhi's been out, just says a lot about him and about his leadership.
And then as the All-Star break approaches, how will you utilize the All-Star break to refresh, rejuvenize, and refocus?
I'm going to Vegas.
Hi, Coach. A lot of coaches and players league-wide give you a lot of praise. What does that mean to you as a coach and, with your coaching style and everything that you've brought to the Clippers?
No, it means a lot, to get respect from your peers. And I respect a lot of coaches in this league as well. I mean, it's a hard job, every single night. And then the way the schedule's set up now, where you're playing every day or every other day, you don't really get a lot of time to exhale. It's on to the next every night. And so I got a lot of respect, for, every coach in this league because it's tough and it's hard. The grind is hard. But when you have the kind of group that we have, it's enjoyable, to get up every day and coach the guys that we have. And so, like I said, I give a lot of credit to our players, a lot of credit to our front office for the guys that we brought in and acquired. But like I said, it is a tough job, so it is nice to hear when your peers do respect what you do, because I respect a lot of them as well.
We're back. We just heard from Coach. He's ready to go to Vegas, He's like, I know we got to play tomorrow versus Utah, but I'm ready to go to Vegas. But he was able to talk about what he's seen from this team so far. After 53 games, they're 30-23. A team that's sitting at the 6th spot in the West after picking up this big-time victory. He's like, hey, I like what we see. I think we have something. What is your thoughts on what we've seen from this team so far before they hit the road and go on this All-Star break?
Well, you see a team that went ahead and persevered without Kawhi. You see a team that necessarily made a few trades, and they still persevering. Yeah. So you see a team that overall, collectively, when their mind is into the game, they can't be stopped. Yeah. This is a team that when the playoff time comes, if I'm in that 5th or 6th seed, I don't want to see them. Because if I have one simple misstep, Jeff gonna have that defense going crazy.
Hey, and then, Ben Simmons, they're hopeful he goes tomorrow. Yeah. They're like, he's a piece that they can add. They're so deep with their talent. Coach is like, hey, we can go 9, 10 players deep. We got guys that we can play probably 1 through 12 if we want to. Yeah. And I think it's just such a privilege for them to have that. But it starts at the top with the James Harden, who comes out and scores. sets the table. Norman Powell continuing to prove, hey, I should have been an all-star. They look like a tough team.
I will say, not to cut you off, Norman Powell is still an all-star in the three-point shootout contest.
Ooh, okay.
So he's not in the game,
Yeah.
but he will be participating in the festivities. Him and James Harden actually was presented an all-star ball, letting them know that those two are going. Just James Harden's in the game, and Norman's in the three-point shootout.
It's going to be fun. They go to Utah tomorrow, which for most people, they beat the Lakers tonight, so it's crazy, but I think it should be a cakewalk. And then they get their all-star break. Maybe I might try to go to Vegas, tap in with Coach. But
Hey, hit the tables.
I hit the tables. But the Clippers won't be back here playing inside the Intuit Dome until March 5th when they face off against the Detroit Pistons. So you won't see us in this building, but you will see us with Full Clip Clippers Unleashed. We got some stuff coming for you. Michael, Beef, Clippers win, Clipper Nation. We see you guys next time.
Let's go.